Well, today was eventful. I guess I'll tell you about it. Sorry if you don't like my intro sped up to 1.25%. I wanted to get through it quick so this image would be an option for a thumbnail, hopefully. Remember how I said it would get colder, and then it would get colder yet, and then you'd start a fire in your backyard? Well, we've gotten to stage 3. We had a snowstorm warning. We still do. And I had to go to school today. I forgot my math book, so I had to go back to room 2 from room 50 to get it. I knew I was going to miss the bus, but I knew I could also call into the office and have the bus come back around to come get me. So I go back to my locker, make sure I have everything, because I've forgotten things before, and I noticed that my locker partner forgot his trombone. And the thing the black arrow is pointing to is that trombone in its case. So I carry the trombone down to the office. I carried the trombone and my stuff, all of it, down to the office. I say that I missed my bus. The lady at the front desk calls the bus garage, tells them my last name and bus number after I tell them, so that they can come get me. The lady, after she got off the phone, said it would take at least 10 minutes. And this is where the story gets a bit interesting. They give me the option to wait in the office or outside. I choose outside because I didn't think it would take very long, and the snow was kind of nice. Once I got out there, I saw 2 people I know, one of them cool and one of them I didn't really like. And they were out there so cool. The one I didn't like very much asked why I didn't like her. So I told her why. Then everything was cool and we just started screwing around in the snow. She smashed snow on my head, she threw snowballs at the other kid. It was pretty fun, but eventually her big brother came to pick her up, so it was just me and the other kid. His name was Cam. So we talked for a while. It had been quite a while by that time, so I started contemplating walking. So yeah, we started talking about food because we were hungry, and then I started telling him about how I was thinking about walking if the bus didn't come soon. Eventually he had to leave as well, and I got bored really quick, and my hands were like bright red, like really bright red. So I rang the doorbell to get back into the school. No one answered except there was a student sitting nearby who opened it for me. If she hadn't been there, I would have been stuck outside, so thanks to that student. I don't know your name. So I thank her and go knock on the office door because it was closed. No one answered. No one was in there. I go to find an adult. I find a janitor. I ask him what I should do. He said, well, the principal is in a meeting in another office building. So I ask him where it is, and he says, it's way across the parking lot. No! I'm not going all the way across the parking lot, so I thank him, leave the building, and start my trek to my parents' apartment that they're staying in temporarily. And yeah, trek usually means a long journey, but the short walk to the apartment complex felt pretty long because I was carrying a heavy trombone in my hand, a heavy backpack on my back, which is usually where backpacks go. My hands were so cold that they were bright red, and nothing had been shoveled yet. All I could go by were what I remembered about the area and some students' footprints, but those were only there half the time. And of course the roads were icy and mushy, while the sidewalks were invisible because they were covered with like a frickin' foot of snow. I passed a pizzeria and then Secretary of State building and got to the apartment complex. Yeah, holding a trombone while going through a narrow hallway in the apartment complex, that was loud. Now before we go on, I bet you're wondering why I took his trombone. My thinking was I'd just give it to him when we were on the bus, 'cause we ride the same bus. And then I had to carry it all the way to the apartment complex. My grandparents let me in, and I sat there for a minute. My grandpa called my mom and I told her what happened over the phone. Then my grandparents said they'd drop me off at my house, but first we need to return the trombone. My friend didn't live that far away from me, so we just decided we'd go right past my house and bring it to him. He's on YouTube also. His name is Landest021 Official. So we go past my place, and I ring the doorbell of his place when we get there. His dog starts barking at me very loudly through the window like it always does whenever literally anything happens ever outside. Is a good dog. So I ring the doorbell, and his mother comes out and says thank you for returning the trombone. I say it's fine, have a good evening. I say hi to Landest, and then I get back in the car when we head back to my house. I pet my cat because he's cute and stuff. Anyway, yeah, I don't really know what happened to the bus yet. I'm making this the night it happened and I haven't heard back. I guess now we're even, 'cause she missed my stop once more, and then she missed my stop when I was still on the bus dropping me off, well, 2 times, so we're even now. So there's my story. I also put a jalapeno in my bare hand, and then later I rubbed my eye and it burned until the next class period. So that happened as well today. That was nice. I was never more thankful to have a water bottle. If this image isn't one of my auto-generated thumbnails, I'm redoing the video all over again, and it's very long. Why do I still have a summer-like intro when I made it in the fall? Am I weird? Yes. I'll have to make a winter intro soon, probably, maybe.